Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this look at some compiled footage I took on our 5-day trip to Mill Hayes Farm to stay with Nina and Brian during lambing. There is no graphic content, so you haven't got to worry. It is family-friendly and YouTube-friendly content. With me, MrSealyp. Mill Hayes Farm is set in the Nottinghamshire countryside, and Nina's husband Brian and his family have been farming around the area for generations. They have farmed various different animals, they've done various different things, but Nina and Brian are solely sheep at the moment. They do have a duck, some chickens, a Shetland pony, and things like that. But this is the farm, and this is what we got up to over the week. MrsSealyp threw herself into everything. This is what she wanted to do for her birthday. She had sorted it all out with Nina, so off we went up to Nottinghamshire to give it a go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. We are at Nina and Brian's farm. I said we were going to be here, and we're here for lambing. Like I said, this video, and I'm going to do some lambing live videos, so we Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday morning, don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there'll be nothing graphic, nothing to worry about. The bits will be edited out if there are any bits when it comes to the video. That being said, we are right. It's a glorious day, 15 degrees centigrade, not a cloud in the sky. It's gorgeous. It's MrsSealyp's birthday. She's back there. She's just there today. So we've arrived, we're talking to Nina, and she's just been showing us around. Behind us, we've got, this is the birthing suite. These are the pregnant sheep. And then behind me here, just over here, we've got the sheep that have given birth, but ones that aren't particularly motherly. They're not particularly looking after, they've been naughty apparently. We're going to have a look at them in a minute. There'll be some bits and bobs, some bits around the farm. We'll have a look. But like I say, we've been here, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour. We've been talking to Nina, showing us around, and we've got just over here, where is she? She's in this pen here, I think, over here. I'll turn the camera in a minute. Literally just gave birth. So, shares miss just over here. This little one. Brand new. How cool is that? So yeah, there's a lot of them. They're all in here. Let's send them back out again. They can get through at the back, so the back shed and this shed here, all of these are due to give birth. But Nina said up to this point it's been quite slow. So we'll see over the next few days how many we get. So what I'll do on the daily video, when I do the live streams, whatever I'm going to do, we'll talk about how many there have been from the previous day and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's where we are. So that's the start. There's going to be plenty more to come over the course of the week, I would imagine. But I'm going to go over and just have a look at the, actually we'll do that now. Let's go over here. It's all very exciting, I've never done this before. Sheep farming, anyway. So at the front here, haylage. They're eating this at the moment. They've got a molasses supplement in there, which they're all fighting over. So they're chowing down on their haylage. And in the back there, there's straw for bedding. It looks very similar, but obviously the straw's from the wheat off them. Some barley it might have been. We've got some haylage there that's been put in every now and again. And over the back here, where's she gone? Oh, just down here, look, she's gone into the shade. So these are the ones that, yeah, weren't being particularly motherly. So in here, we've got a tiny little one in there. She's had two, so she's got one to sleep over there as well. just there. Look at that. How cool. And we come out here. And that, I think they get progressively naughty as we move on. So just inside here. One down there. And this is what we were saying, we wondered whether or not, because we're not usually here, I don't know how sheep are with like smell and stuff like that, whether they're going to be more protective because we're here. One over the back there, Mum just here, and we've got this one here. Now this one's tethered. Apparently this one's a bit of a lunatic. With a little yes, exactly. And this one's got 2 as well. Hello, Mum. Hello, Mum. One down there, and little one over the back. As we'll go around a bit, I'll see that one a bit closer. So the pregnant mum's here. So they're all in here, and they can go across at the back, all into here. So over the course of the next, well, like Nina said, normally they've had a lot more by now, but they've taken their time. So down in there, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, a quick addendum to the bit we recorded earlier. I thought there won't be any filming till tomorrow, but there will be. Going to go to the field in a moment to have a look at some of the other ones that are out already. But the sheep I said that had just given birth, we sat down to have a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. Half hour later, number 2, twins, boy and a girl in there. She was out in the bigger pen, and then just brought them through to put them in here. She's cleaning them both up. Proper maternal. How cool is that? There you go. Just thought I'd add that bit on. So I've come out to the big field. Well, I came out with Nina and I came out with MrsSealyp. So this is the field for the lambs and the sheep that have given birth. These are between 3 days and a week, so they're strong enough to be out here. They're out in the field. Feeding from Mum, but also Nina was just telling us that some of them, they're already feeding from the grass. They get them out here. They've worked out their lambing, so lambing's around now. So as the grass starts coming through after the winter, it's that first cut, nice and sweet, full of proteins and stuff, and the lambs love it. And they are absolutely. They've had 27 so far. The 2 I just filmed, so 29. I think she said they're looking at potentially 120 they might end up with this year, which is really cool. So they're all out in this field. So what she said is over the next few days, potentially they might have some of the others will come out here into this field. But I was just saying, we were just saying they're talking about it, and I was saying about watching Clarkson's Farm and the end of I think it was the first series, wasn't it? But I think they did it on each series. When he said, you know, how over the course of the year, a year, whatever it is in farming, it can be tragic and it can be hard and the weather can be awful and it can feel like. And then you have a day like today and we stood here and it's glorious. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, blue sky, it's peaceful, it's quiet, the lambs are frolicking, and Nina just said, what else would you rather do, you know? She was saying they've been doing sheep now 20 odd years, I think 20 odd years. And they started off, they used to have cattle. Her husband Brian had cattle, but she said she always struggled to work with them. They were very big and it was hard to, you know, it was hard to deal with them. So they decided to get a few sheep and it just kind of went from there really. And that's kind of what they do. That's their jam now. And it's, I think it's very cool because we knew that when we came to visit them last year, and I made my video and we did some stuff in the tractor and all that. And that was great fun. But this, to get to be part of this year, to actually be part of the lambing. Like I say, I don't know how hands-on we're going to be, but we will see. So yeah, see you on the next bit, whatever that might. I keep saying that, but I will do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's day 2. We're back at the farm, and updates because it was MrsSealyp's birthday yesterday. We went out for dinner last night, and Nina and Brian came out with us for dinner. While we were out having dinner, 3 more lambs were born. And I think they had a couple overnight. They've had another one this morning. What I'm going to do is show you one of the pens. Because this pen here yesterday, when I was doing the filming, had these are the ones that have either just given birth, or some of the ones in here are ones that aren't doing particularly well with their young, not particularly maternal. But the one that was in the pen I just showed you really wasn't taking to her two at all. So she's gone out into the field, and the 2 are now in a little container on their own, which means for the next few days while we're here, I'm not just while we're here. They're going to have to be bottle fed after we've gone. But while we're here, they've got to be bottle fed. So MrSealyp at the moment is trying to bottle feed one of the lambs. So these two need to be bottle fed. I think you need to tip it up more, or
no, he just won't open his mouth.
So this one. Stop kissing the lambs, MrSealyp. So yeah, so look, hungry in here. So these two are in here, and Mum's out in the field because she just didn't want to know. So there we go.
The bottle's leaking. Are you actually getting any there, darling?
It's pouring out the bottom of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's screwed on.
I think you're
straight,
no, I think
is
he's
it?
got a.
The seal might have gone and it's pouring out the bottom of this.
Hello. Yes, I know.
So yeah, so we got more, even more. They're feeding really well. We've got a couple in there now where there was only one. In the back corner there's a, is it just called a badger face, Nina? Or is it just a badger face, yeah? Badger face Texel, that's right. So there's a badger face Texel right in the corner there. And she's gone to it the other way. Really, really protective. But Nina was telling us the badger face Texels are very, wary is not the right word, but they watch you the entire time. They know where you are, they know what you're doing. So yeah, she's very protective, which is great. She's gone the other way. So yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. It's all very exciting. This one's not leaking, there we go. So you can use all various different bottles. We bought some bottles with us, as Nina was telling us that the actual milk bottles for the lambs you get are very expensive, but these tops will go on to sort of standard bottle cap sizes. So I want to know now.
You're very interested in the world, aren't you? That's why.
Right. So I will see you again later for what we're doing next. More lambs, I would imagine. We'll see. This one here is the badger face in the corner, and she's very protective. She was laying down, and as soon as I came over just to this corner, she was straight up between me and the baby, right in the corner, which is fantastic, isn't it? It's amazing to see. But yeah, very striking, very cool. Oh, I just noticed that down in the corner there. It's okay, sweetheart. Very noisy this morning. The ones that are still to give birth, they're all right there. Chowing down, breakfast time. Here we are again. We're back. We're day 2. If you watched the stream earlier today, it depends if you're watching both videos, the streams and stuff as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining on the streams. So, what are we doing in this particular portion of the video? Well, we're moving some sheep. Well, I said earlier on, or yesterday, whenever it was, might have been this morning. It depends what part of the video. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. The mums are here that are still waiting to give birth, but we had some more. And so what they're doing is Brian's come back from some work he was doing out and about. So what we're going to do is move some sheep from the pens out into the field, because they need the pens for the mums that are about to give birth, because they're running low. I think they've got one spare pen at the moment, and they're just, you know, very conscious of the fact that they're going to need some as they start to move forward. So what we've got at the moment, just here with the trailer on the back, so they're going to grab some of the mums, grab some of the lambs, get them in there, and then just literally just up the lane, 100 yards, turn to the field. I think the field, did I see some filming yesterday? I might have done, yeah, I was out in the field yesterday, wasn't I, with all lambs. They're going to go out there into the field, which will free up some pens for the next load coming through. We are going to be doing some tail stuff and bits and bobs, and I'm going to be driving the tractor again later on, maybe, but I don't know if I better film that. So, but we'll see. I'll try and get some footage of all some bits and bobs we're doing moving forward. So I think they're at the moment, they're deciding they're going to do, so they're behind us in there, and they're deciding what ones they're going to pick, where they're going to put them, because obviously there needs to be ones that are ready to go out, ones that aren't weak, ones that aren't being rejected or potentially rejected by the mums. So they're going to take the ones that are okay to go, and the ones where the mums are already looking after them, and out they'll go. So that's the plan. That sound, that's Bess. Poor old Bess thinks she's been left alone. We'll go and check on Bess. We'll make sure Bess is all right. Hey Bess. Hey, you're okay, Bess? We're still here. We're still here, darling. Bess gets a bit worried. Bess's eyesight's going a bit, so when she can't see people, she gets a bit stressed and she starts to howl a bit. Don't you, darling? You're okay. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. Yeah, I know. We're still here. Don't you worry. It's all good. The MrSealyp mobile. So yeah. There you go.
Air tags in.
There's no reaction at all. Does that not hurt them at all? Is it not? No? I suppose that's the thing, is that people just always make the assumption that it's gonna be painful. Oh right, yeah, okay.
But I won't want it done.
No.
I certainly want one Brian doing it.
See how much it hurts.
Yeah, exactly. If you get it going.
Yeah.
I feel like having your ears pierced.
You'll thrash your, you'll thrash your back a bit until it goes numb.
So, will you put multiple sheep and lambs in the trailer at the same time to go to the field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. They'll be-
There you go. Never seen that before. Never experienced that before. It's incredible. I didn't show the tail being done. All the other bits has a band around it, because that's not a YouTuber thing. They won't like that. So I didn't show that bit, the elastic band and the didn't show that. But the ear tags, yeah, that's fine. So yeah.
Do it to annoy you. Oh 8305. Bill. No. Trying to find it. 00301.
What's she got?
A lab. A boy.
So is this just a bit of housekeeping you're doing because you've got them to hand, so you're just doing
Yeah,
it?
that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't have to catch them again. Only do the feet once a year.
Yeah.
Two. Not saying they're not going to get bad feet. You always get bad feet with sheep. From being on indoors for a long time, you get a lot of foot rot.
Yeah. So is the tags you've got there, they for the lamb, because it's going out into the field, right?
Yeah, he's got
And that's linked to the mum as well, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A microchip, isn't it?
yeah, that bit's.
Oh, the microchip. Okay.
You can scan it in there.
Okay, so that's pretty cool.
Oh. Still.
Horrible backbreaking job.
You got lambs incoming. Whoa! Didn't see her there. Okay, you're going for the side, hun. Loading up of the ones that have all been done, feet trimmed, tails docked, bits dealt with. The lambs have gone in first, so the mum goes in straight away. They're going to put a few in.
You're okay. You can have them back in a minute. Behind you.
You're on lamb shoot, Johan. What's best doing?
Go, little fella.
They have it, mum goes straight in.
Yeah, they want the lambs.
Yeah.
Good mamas.
So they're okay because they're all going to go in the field together in a minute anyway. Anyone watching, don't be distressed. They will be fine.
Oh, mamas.
How's your day going, MrsSealyp?
It's just the best day ever.
Yesterday was the best ever. Is this better than yesterday's best day ever?
Yeah, because I got to feed.
Oh, you did, yeah, you fed
We've got all feeding the babies today. Oh, here comes another mum.
another mum.
Oh,
Cut them all lambs.
and the babies. It's lamb heaven.
Got it?
There you go. There we go. Right, careful, careful, careful.
That's alright. I don't really understand careful. There we go. Sorry, I'll get up. Only little ones.
I know, but
Right.
Just going up to the
Just up to the gate, yeah? I'm just curious to see what it's going to look like when they get out. We're doing farming stuff. I mean, Mandy's doing more than I am, but we're going to go up the lane where we went yesterday for the bit of filming. I'm really curious to see what this is going to, when they get let out. The frolicking, that kind of thing, if that's even a thing. Right, see at the field in just a moment. Okay. In they come. Ooh. Mum's all calling for their little ones to come to them. They can tell by the sound of the bleat of the mum, and they can tell by the smell, so they're identifying theirs. There you go. What?
Is everybody reunited?
Where's that one? Where's that little one? Doesn't want to stand that one, does it? See, it's flopping over. It's like it's just learning to walk. I suppose that's the crazy thing, and you think when they've just been those little pens with their mums laying down most of the time to then this massive expanse. Mums are straight on the grass, it's like...
Yep.
I love that one there, the mum over there.
Yep.
She went straight for grass, hasn't bothered with the lambs. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a Fent, isn't it? Looks Fenty to me. White roof. Way off, you won't be able to see on the video, but way off in the distance. I could zoom in. I'm too fascinated by the lambs.
Come on, little one. Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's day 2 in the evening-ish, early evening. We've come down to pick up a haylage bale to take back to the farm. I drove the tractor down the lane but not on the main road. This field here, if you watched that last video I did from here, from Mill Hayes Farm with Nina and Brian, this was the field right here that me and MrsSealyp were ploughing, ready for this. They put oats in this, so we've got oats growing in my field. My field. I tell you what, it looks a lot smaller than I remember it being. Isn't that weird? But anyway, Brian's over there. He's got the front loader on. I tell you what, bale spikes look a lot more formidable and scary in real life than they do in game. They're pretty solid bits of kit, so we had to run with it quite high up in the air so we didn't cause any damage. So I'm assuming he's got one on. I'll just flick the camera around. Sorry, I think he's driving back though. I do not want to try driving with a bale on. There's absolutely no way. And that lovely V8 Land Rover there, Defender, that's Nina's. Oh, special edition. It's gorgeous. Right up my street, that, as you can imagine. I don't know if he's... Actually, I don't know if he's waiting for me or whether he's... What he's doing. There we go, it's loaded up. I'm just suddenly realised, have I got this upside down? I hope not. Maybe, we'll see when I come to edit this. Could be completely upside down. But anyway, loaded up haylage bale, not a silage bale. So it hasn't been in there long enough to have fully turned to silage. Got plenty of logs here. I need some logs for my wood burner. I wonder if I pop down in the van. They'll never know. Here they come. We've swapped over. So MrsSealyp's in the passenger seat this time. So swing round wide and knock me out with this. Clout on the face. It's my turn to lock the gate. What a goal! So while we were out getting some haylage, this happened. Twins. Mum's licking them both, which is a good sign. Very, very cool indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, back on the farm. We are here. We are technically day 3, because day 1 was part day. Overnight, we'll go over and have a look in a second. 6 born overnight, which is pretty cool. But we're going over on part of the video yesterday. Well, I know it's all part of the same video, but recording yesterday, we were putting lambs and sheep out into the main field. The little field we're going to now is a small little bit with some equipment and machinery just on the back of the farm. Now this is for the ones that, some of them the mums haven't been particularly great with them. The lambs are a little bit weak, not quite big enough or strong enough to go out in the main field, but they're a couple of days in and need to be out, because obviously as new ones are being born back there, they need the space. So they're at the field here, which is right by the farm, so they can keep an eye on them. So if there's any problems, they can keep an eye on them. The ones that are out in the other field are the ones that they're okay, they're good, they're out, they're strong enough, they'll be absolutely golden, no problem at all. So this field, and like I say, if you watched my last video when we came to Brian and Nina and Brian's, this is all open. There's a company that are doing building work, building a housing estate further over, and they're leasing part of the back of Nina and Brian's land for their porta cabins and stuff like that. So their field goes further back, and when they're finished they're going to be returning it to how it was. But they're in, so the other ones we bought out are in this field. The tups are, they're in this bit here, the 2 tups they keep. They've got a little Shetland pony as well, they've got some chickens over the back as well. So it's all going on over here, but they go off, they're off in between the trailers and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's very cool. Yeah, they're all out here. I'll go back over in just a second and I'll show you the 6 that were born overnight. So it was 7 on MrsSealyp's birthday. Yesterday there were 3 or 4 over the course of the day, 6 overnight, on top of the 27 they'd already had. So they're ramping up, they're probably ramping up indeed. So we will see you in a minute over there and we'll have a look at the 6 that were born. So, behind me, these 4 pens that are behind me here have got last night's, I think 1 lot were early this morning. I think there's 3, or maybe it's 7. I'm trying to think, it might be 2 sets of twins and 2 singles, I think, potentially. So let's flip the, so in here, now Mum here, she's tethered up, because every time they try to feed, she keeps moving, she won't let them feed. So they get tethered so they can try and feed them. I think we're going to end up bottle feeding them later on. The 2 that we were bottle feeding yesterday, they're onto bucket now. I'll show you that in a moment. But first thing this morning we did bottle feed them when we got here, simply because the milk had gone cold in their bucket and they didn't want to drink any. So there's a 2 in there. Oh yeah, 2 in here. Maybe it's 7. Could be 7 then. It might have been 6 overnight and 1 this morning. Yeah. So 2 in here as well. These 2 are a good size as well. They were saying they're not too bothered. Like I say, Mum's not allowing them to feed too much, but they're a good size. 2 in here. They've mostly, the ones while we've been here have been black, but so we've got a single in this one here with Mum, and then Mum in here with these 2 little gorgeous ones. Look at these. I know, don't worry, I'm not going to harm them. And then the badger that was in the corner here, the badger face, is now in this pen here, and she is so protective, which is awesome. It really is awesome. And these are doing really well. I know, don't worry, it's okay. She'll panic and she'll try and get over to the other one to protect it. There's a little one there as well. I know, she's watching it like a hawk. Look. Oh, it's awesome to see. So these two here, myself and MrsSealyp fed them this morning by bottle, but they've got a bucket on here, and the bucket has got teats on the front of it, so they can drink like it would be from the bottle, straight from the bucket. They're in here, and they were quite noisy when we got here this morning because they were hungry, so they've been fed as well. And then these ones, I think these ones are going out to the field today. Brian, this one here, this ewe here, they said when she was born, she's got a gammy leg. I don't know if people say gammy leg. What? She's got her legs bowed at the back. So when she was born a few years ago, they weren't sure they were going to keep her. They didn't know what they were going to do. But she went out in the field. She got charged around like the rest of them. So they kept her. She's on her second or third season. She's lambed perfectly every single time, no problem at all. And the lamb she gave birth to day before yesterday, it's a big lamb. She struggled to give birth, but it's a good, strong lamb. But the colouring on the lamb is black with like white splotches all over it. Brian likes the lamb, so it should have gone out to the field yesterday, but Brian's keeping it here, keeping an eye on it. And then we got the couple over there that were here yesterday. So I think these ones in this one pen here, I think it's a system of in with the mum for 24, 48 hours. So in with the mum for 24 to 48 in here. The mums that have taken to their young immediately, no problem at all. The ones they can take 24 to 48 hours before that becomes a thing, they kind of become more maternal. And then obviously you've got the ones that don't at all. And the ones that don't at all, the mums go out, the young then, like we're bottle feeding those two over there. And then they move from these pens into this larger pen behind me. And then this larger pen here is the staging area before they bring the trailer over and the side-by-sides, and then they'll go out to the field, or they'll go to the field just over here. And then there's, again, same as the other day, these are the ones that are going to be giving birth at some point. So, yeah, we'll see what happens over the course of today. I'm not sure what other bits we've got to do today. We've got some other things we'd like to, so we'll be getting them out in the field. I filmed a little bit yesterday when they were doing the ear tags and tail docking and that kind of stuff, but I didn't want to, like I say, you have to be careful, you can't film all of it. So that's this morning's update. We'll see what happens over the course of the day, and then tomorrow we've got the trip with MrSealyp, and there'll be more footage, more things to come. I will see you later on. So this is exactly what I was talking about just a few minutes ago. We're in that pasture out the back that I was saying, where they've come to where they need to be kept an eye on just in case. And this little one here, when Brian came out this morning, this little one here had got underneath the fence. I said they've got a building site over the back here. There's some gaps, and it had gone under the fence, and it's hurt its leg a little bit. Nothing vet requiring, other than that. Maybe a little bit of a bruise or something, but it's not drinking. So this is, like I say, this is the area where they're keeping a check. So MrSealyp's come out with a bottle with Nina to try and get him to feed a little bit, just so he can get his strength up. So that's what we're doing out here. And he's doing it, he's just
a little bit weak.
Yeah, a little bit weak.
Come on.
He's trying. That's the main thing. So I said about the oh, there you go. Yeah, well, that's the other tub. I said about the tub. I think he's over in the shed over in the corner. But yeah, some of Brian's gear. That might or might not be the chisel plough that I might or might not have broken. But it's all fixed now, so don't worry. Press play. What follows are a couple of short clips from MrSealyp's birthday treats. We went to a falconry centre because she has a thing for owls and things, and we got to do, well, it was incredible. Just see the footage, I think I explain later on. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. So graceful when they come in. Brilliant.
What can you see?
Oh, he can see so much more than we can see.
Yeah.
He can see over 2 miles.
Wow.
Not only can he see over 2 miles, be able to read that on my jacket. Yeah. Now, how many eyes can you see that Chesney has?
2.
2. He's actually got 4. there's actually 2 pupils there in each eye. One is what we call binocular vision, yeah, to give him binocular, and the other one, the other outer pupil, gives him monocular. So when he's locked onto a target 2 miles away, he can still see everything else that's going on around him whilst he's locked onto that target.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put food there. And she will fly back more than likely.
Just incredible.
Oh, I didn't even touch this.
She knows. Rachel, come on, darling.
That's better.
Wow.
She is, isn't she? She's probably only the size of a barn owl underneath all that feather. She's layers and layers and layers of feather. And that's because obviously she's from the cold climate. She needs that to keep her warm.
You are
She's got furry feet. She is the only owl species that has a face as big as that. It's the largest face of any owl species, and that is because she has to pick up that sound through that dense snow. So she needs that big face to pick up all the noises of the lemmings.
missing anything,
No, she doesn't. She doesn't miss a thing.
You are absolutely stunning.
Ladles and jelly spoons. We're back again. It's Thursday today, so this is we're carrying on with the video. These are all the little bits and bobs we're throwing together into one video. MrsSealyp's behind us. We got back a little while ago from the Bird of Prey Centre, which Nina and Brian kindly paid for MrsSealyp's birthday. Wow, you probably would have seen the footage. I might have already put some video clips and bits and bobs on of that. We did a hawk walk, or as I refer to it, the walk and hawk. Yes, I'm copyrighting that. I'm here all week. And then we did owl handling, and just amazing. But we're back at the farm, and update for today. So, have we had any today? Was there a birth today, or was it? Four lambs today, but last night tragedy struck, and I said it would happen. I said it, there's always a possibility this would happen. And yesterday, at some point, one of the lambs had got out, and it got itself wedged and trapped down the side of one of the containers. And Nina and Brian found it later on in the afternoon, evening, and they put a tube down its throat, tried to feed it, tried to keep it alive, and it just didn't take. And it's So while we've been here, the only loss there's been, but there have been others as well. So we're on today's cycle of dealing with the males, tail docking. Is it docking? Yeah, tail docking. Ear tagging, and the next load we're going to take out to a field. But these are going to a different field, or they are going to a different field. So I thought, we'll add this one in because we're doing it day by day as we're doing it. Tomorrow, Friday, myself and MrsSealyp are heading home tomorrow. But I think tomorrow morning, MrsSealyp's plan at least. I don't think we've told Nina this yet, but anyway, our plan tomorrow morning is to go out, have breakfast. We're probably going to head over here, if they don't mind, for a cup of tea and a chat, because MrsSealyp said she wants to check on her lambs before we leave. Her lambs. But saying about her lambs, we have 3 in here, now we've got 4, haven't we? Because another mum's rejected. So what I'll do, we've got 4 in here now. So the 2 black ones we originally had that myself and MrsSealyp fed a couple of times. This little white one here, MrsSealyp is claiming saving its life. This was one of the ones that went out to the side field, and it hurt its leg. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, and it was not feeding at all. Very, very weak. It was brought back into here. MrsSealyp, you bottle fed it yesterday, didn't you? Bottle fed it, and it got it drinking and kind of got into a bit more of a routine. That's been drinking a lot better now and a lot more stable. And then the one right over in the corner there, it's a little bit more, it's a bit scared because it hasn't been in there very long. The mum completely rejected it. Every time she got up, it went to feed and it kept running. It would not let her feed. So yeah, 4 in the abandoned one at the moment, which is a bit sad, but anyway. So yeah, so we're going to be getting on with some bits and bobs like that. I'll probably see you again in a little while when we're out at the new field, letting the next lot out, which is very, very cool. Yeah, so tomorrow morning we'll just nip in tomorrow. There'll be a quick video, which will be the kind of outro. But this is where we're at. This is all the ones, the 4. So I think the ones for today are up over the back, and I think the ones here at the front over here are going to be the ones that we're going to be dealing with to go out. So I might do a little bit of video of the tails being, I mean the tails being docked is just an elastic band over the tail. The other bit dealing with the males, if you know what I mean, I'm not going to be showing. Not that it's nothing bad, it's just a band that goes on, but I know some people, and again YouTube, I'm not very happy about that kind of thing, so I won't show it. And then the ear tags again, it doesn't hurt them, it's like having your ear pierced if you've got your ears pierced. I know some people, but it does hurt. It's the tags going in, one of them's got well, not a tracker, is it a tracker? It's got a thing, a sensor in it, so I have one in each ear. But again, I'm not sure how YouTube would be about me showing that, so it's a risk, isn't it? I could film it, but if I put it in, I could get demonetised. I don't know, but we shall see anyway. But nice to see you all again. Hope you're all well.
Hello. God almighty. You're a hefty one.
Sorry about that, wasp.
Right, straight there.
Yeah, straight in
There
the
you go.
tail.
Tail done, bits done, tags on. Into the trailer.
That's her.
You might need to bleep that bit out the start. That's a good one.
That's right.
Because the angle.
Doesn't swear.
Oh,
Easy for him.
that's cool.
Oh, look at his mum. You're a tidder.
Got a very efficient production line, hon.
I know.
So different fields for these ones coming out. These were, I didn't film it, they did not want to go in the trailer. I was blocking the gap and one charged me and then all four got out. Oh blimey, that hurt. It's a nice one, this field. Plenty of thick lush grass for them. They're going to absolutely love it. So Thursday's turning out. There we go. Another job done. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for an outro. Unfortunately, our week here with Nina and Brian has come to an end. It is Friday. We're heading home about lunchtime, so we've come over to the farm to do a final check over and a look, and we've done a bit of feeding and stuff, and it's always the same, isn't it? We spent the whole day here yesterday doing all various different things, and we took lambs out, and I think on the little bit of video I showed when we were in the side-by-side with the trailer on the back, I think we did 3 trips, getting all the various different ones. The little field out to the side, out behind me all the way over there, all the sheep are out of there now, they're out in the field. So we left last night, headed back to where we're staying, at the B&B place, and they had 6 lambs last night, which is crazy. So yeah, and I have to say, I had this weird kind of, not epiphany, but this weird moment yesterday. And we sat down after we'd finished, all the animals had gone out. It was about 6:30 in the evening, and we'd done a whole lot of stuff, and animals had been tagged and sorted and that kind of thing. And I said, this is the first time in quite a long time, because obviously I've been YouTubing for a long time, that I felt like I'd really, I achieved something tangible, I know I'm making videos and I'm achieving stuff all the time, and, obviously the channel and all that kind of stuff. But it really I felt great. I was worn out, I was tired. We'd been in the sun all day, I've got sunburn on my head, but it felt brilliant, and I absolutely loved that. And I was sitting in the side-by-side with Brian, we'd just closed the gate, we were coming back to the farm, and my brain was kind of like, I'm not a farmer, but we're doing some farming, some proper farming. We really mucked in. MrsSealyp's just been amazing this week. She's done everything. I mean, she's thrown herself at absolutely everything, which was what the point of this trip was. When her and Nina were talking, and she said about her birthday, and we were going to go to the Lake District as always, and she said, she fancy coming for lambing, and MrsSealyp said, absolutely, we'll do that. And that blindsided me. I just wasn't expecting her to do that. So it's been an adventure. It's been exciting. There have been a couple of little tragedies here and there. They had one last night. Again, I'm not going to go into detail. It's nothing graphic and that kind of stuff. But what's very cool is when we arrived on Monday, the birthing pen over here, or over there, where all the sheep are that are going to give birth, it's incredible how that's dwindling. It was packed when we came on Monday. And Nina had said, look, it's been really slow going, and it's really picked up this week. And we've had a fantastic time. It's been an amazing week of doing amazing things, and I can't thank you all enough, because without the channel and without doing what I've done on Farming Simulator, and without getting the experiences I've had to meet people at Llama and FarmCon and all these different things we get to do, and I get to do and have got to do, this would never have happened. I never would have met Nina and Brian. We never would have got the invite to the farm. I never would have thought in a million years that I would come and do something like this. So thank you to all of you. You guys are amazing. And I hope through what I'm doing and showing you a bit of this, what we've been doing this week, you kind of get a little bit of an idea of, it's a small holding, it's a small farm, but lambing, and obviously lambing on a bigger farm with flocks of, 500, 800, 1,000 head. It's a very, very different proposition, a different way of doing things, but this is how they do it here, and it's been absolutely amazing. It's been an awesome week. Let me just looking at, we'll have a look at a couple more lambs before I sign off. There was an incident yesterday while I'm doing this. There was an incident, and I didn't film it because I was obviously we were working, we were sheep wrangling. And we were getting the sheep and the lambs into the trailer to take them out to the field. So we've got the trailer door open. One side there's a hurdle, like the fence bits. And then I was in the gap, the other side. And what normally happens is, as we were showing on the videos, the lambs go into the trailer first. And they're bleating and, so when the mums are ready to go in, you open the gate and the mums go straight into the trailer because their lambs are in there and they want to bring the lambs. And off we go to the field. The last 4 we did, Nina and MrSealyp had gone off to the field because we were taking them to a field further away, and had opened the gate, or were opening the gates for us to get there. So Brian opens the gate for the sheep to go in, and the first sheep comes through with the other 3 behind, and this sheep decides, I don't really want to go in with my lamb. I need to find an exit here, and decided that the exit was through me. Good grief, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm in agony this morning. This thing hit my leg like a steam train. My leg splayed, I went out all over different angles, smacked my hand on one of the fence things. My finger and wrist is agony this morning. So yeah, and then the other 3 decided, well then there's a gap, we'll go as well. And then Brian and I spent the next 10 minutes chasing them round and round the yard, trying to get them in. And MrSealyp said last night, when she spoke to Nina and said, please tell me you've got that on your CCTV, on the camera, she said, because I want to get that to the Benny Hill theme tune and play that over and over again. But luckily, it wasn't. Nina didn't have it, didn't have the footage. But yeah, but it has been just incredible. Just the most awesome, awesome experience. Oh, there's Brian, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's interesting because Brian obviously works the farm with Nina, but Brian also does a lot of work around local farms around the village. He does lawn mowing services, hedge trimming, does everything. It's a sort of a contractor type thing as well. And Friday is his, in inverted commas, day off. And everyone says to him, oh, it's all right, must be nice not working on Friday. But he works here because all of this, and he's got the trailer out and the straw for bedding up and that kind of stuff. So like you said, all it means is Friday is a day where he doesn't get paid. Of course he's still working, but he's working here, you know. So, and there he is, cracking on with his job. And yeah, so to finish off, again, a huge shout out to Nina and Brian for having us here at the farm, for being incredible. I know I said it a few times over the last, the rest of this video, depends how long the video will be when I edit it together. But it's been awesome, and they are awesome. And we hope to do more of this, I've talked about the charity stuff, and we've got some charity visits and stuff for various different host farms coming up, hopefully. But we want to come back here at different times as well to help with various different things. We've already kind of negotiated a deal that if we come up in the camper, rather than keep obviously paying for B&Bs or hotels and that kind of stuff, we'll pitch the camper van up in the yard and keep here, especially when the weather gets warmer. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.